Alrighty, first graders, happy Wednesday. It is time for our math, and we'll be on page 321, 322. So we'll start with the problems on the top here. The first two are just addition problems, and we know we start in the ones column. So 3 plus 6, we know that is 9. 4 plus 8, well, we know that's 12, so our 2 goes here, and our 1 we have to carry over into the hundreds column. So we have 1 plus 7, we know that's 8, plus 1 more gives us 9. And if we do this one all together, we have 2 plus 3 for 5, and 6 plus 4 for 10, and we have 1 plus 5, we know that's 6, plus 1 more is 7. And here, they just are asking us to do subtraction on both of these. So again, we'll start in the ones column. So we'll have 5 minus 3 for 2, and 7 minus 4, and we know that's 3, and 9 minus 2, and 7. So 732, and then the last one here, and you can always use your number line if you need to. We have 2 minus 0 for 2, and 6 minus 3 gives us 3, and if we have 8 cookies and we eat 7 of them, we have 1 left. And then on number 2, it gives you a train, and it looks like there's some coal or something in the train, and it says, color the squares orange, the circles gray, the rectangles purple, the triangles blue, the hexagon black, and the trapezoid red. So just to refresh your memory, this is your hexagon, you're going to color these black. This is your trapezoid, you're going to color these red. And so for these hexagons in the middle of the wheels here, just as a reminder, those will be black. And this front part here as a trapezoid, that will be red. And then it just asks you how many cents. You have 1 quarter, 1 penny, 1 dime, and 1 nickel. You'll just write the total in this box. For number 4, we're going to set the clock. We want this cute little ladybug clock to say 6:20 on it. And number 5, we're going to count by tens. And for the next page here, it gives us these codes with buttons on them. I didn't draw the codes, but I do have the buttons here for you. So for the first one, it says it says circle each group of 5 buttons. So we can see that each coat has 5 buttons on it. So we're going to circle each group of 5. So on your paper, you're just going to circle each group of 5 buttons on the coats here. And it says A, how many groups of buttons? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And how many buttons are in each group? Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group. And what do we count by to find how many buttons in all? So we would count by 5, 10, 15, 20. So we would count by 5s. And how many buttons are in all? Like we said, we're going to count by 5s for 5, 10, 15, and 20. And then the E, the very last one, it says write a multiplication fact. So we want to know, we're going to have to multiply. So let's start with, we have how many groups of buttons? We have 4 groups. And then this symbol here, this X, that means we're going to times it. We're going to have to multiply. So to multiply, we want to know a fast way to count up all of these buttons instead of counting them individually. So we have 4 groups of buttons, and we know that there are 5 buttons in each group. So what this is saying is we want to count 4 times 5. So we have 4 groups with 5 buttons in each group. And so it says how many buttons in all, and that's when we count by 5, 10, 15, 20 for our 4 groups. And so we have 20. So 4 times 5 equals 20, and that's our multiplication fact for this diagram here. All right, and we'll do part 2 in just a minute. All right, and for part 2, number 2 here, it shows you all of these pennies. The first step is to circle each group of 5 pennies. So here are my pennies, and I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a group of 2 and a group of 3 that make our one group of 5. And you can see they are in a pattern. So here's another group of 2 and another group of 3. So that'll be my next group of 5. And another group of 2 and another group of 3 for 5. And this group as well. And the very last group. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of pennies. So we'll write our 5 here. For how many groups of pennies? We have 5. And how many pennies are in each group? Well, we know we circled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies for each group. So we have 5. And what are we going to count by? We're going to count by 5s because we have 5 pennies in each group. And how many pennies in all? Well, let's count by 5s. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pennies. And then we're going to do our multiplication. And so we've done addition, we've done subtraction, so this is the next step, our multiplication. Can't believe you guys are already doing this in 1st grade. Okay, so remember we'll start with our 2 numbers here. So our group of pennies, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to know next, we're going to know how many pennies are in each group because we know there's 5 groups, but how many in each? So we have 5. And so 5 times 5 equals how many? So if we multiply 5 times 5, we can see that we have 5 groups of 5. So altogether, we know that we have 25. So our 5 times 5, because we have 5 groups with 5 pennies in each for 25. And if we were to have 25, if we were to take our 25 pennies to the bank, what would they give us? A quarter. That's right. Okay, and that's all for your math today. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday.